hi everybody. I've got my lovely team with me today. It's a very special occasion. We're having an amazing day today, and I thought, what better way to kick it off than to have my amazing friends and team with me? And actually, I'll have to just add one more because she's snuck in the back door. So hi. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? You all right?
Yeah.
We're live now, Stephanie, just so you know.
I know.
Right?
Sorry, my hair didn't look right, so I chucked a hat on.
Oh, don't worry about it. But no, I'm glad to have yous with me today for this because it's been such a big day for Richard and everything like that. And yous guys know I've been trying to teach yous about what he was all about, as much as I can. And it's like, it's like I can't. Yous guys are just amazing, But first of all, how are yous all doing? Kenny, how are you doing? Sorry, go you first. Guys first.
No, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. It's good to be on with you and good with to be on with the rest of the girls. And I know it's been a good day. I watched you live earlier with Sandra, and I've got to say you were both absolutely fantastic. So well done to you.
Oh, thank you. Danny, how are you?
I'm amazing. I'm great. I had a good day today. I made a video for the protest, so I'm all motivated and feeling good.
Yep.
Having a good day.
Oh, that's good. And Stephanie, how are you?
I'm okay. I've had like a mad day, like kids. I'm fine.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Louise, how are you? Oh, sorry, I know I was like putting the gun there. Sorry.
I'm doing good. I've had a really good day. I watched the live with you and Sandra at 2:00 and it was really great. Really enjoyed that. And then back on to see Sandra at 4 to get the live update of the week. So it's been a really good day and a knowledgeable one as well.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to just add Jerome because my glamorous co-host is here. Better late than never.
Hello!
Yay!
Stranjava!
So you can see I've got my lovely team. Oh, Danielle, show Jerome your head. Show him your head. I don't know if my chat's on. I'm not. You getting any chat on the chat, Jerome?
John's
Are
got
you
his.
getting any of the live chat coming on?
No.
I turned it on to come on as that though, but it's not coming on. So you talk to the guests a wee second, and I'll check my chat, right?
Okay.
Since you're my co-host.
Yeah, I'm a co-host from Belgium. Yeah.
Why is it not working?
So okay, you have already started to talk or about the case, your team? Or...
Well, no, I was just going to say why is my chat not working because I don't know why my chat's not working.
I don't know, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work either.
Nah. Well, I might not have a chat, but that's annoying. I'll maybe get it in a wee minute or two. But anyway, yeah, so my team, everybody, just want to tell me what you have been doing over the last few months. How your life's changed in the last. I'll go around you again because there's so many of everybody. I'll go around in turn. So I'll go back to Kenny. Not because you're my favourite. How's your life changed? How has your life changed in the last few months?
Well, I have been lucky enough to meet your good self and the rest of the guys. But no, it's been really enjoyable. It's been from where I was like a few months ago. Where I maybe knew this much about the case, and obviously I've learned so much more. And it's quite shocking when you realise when you come from a place and you realise the amount of things which is wrong with this. It's quite shocking, but it's been enjoyable learning more and more about it. Like myself and Danielle, we were kind of we got talking in the group, obviously, and I think we both ordered our books at the same time. And every day, me and Danielle would be like conversing, sending one another different links. So it's good that I've kind of been on a bit of a journey with Danielle as well, been kind of sharing things. And obviously, since then, Danielle's created the Twitter, which I've helped her run and manage. And I've got to say, everyone has been absolutely incredible. Everybody's been helpful, but also everyone's got such desire to do something about this, to raise awareness, to make a difference. And it makes it so much easier when the people in your team have got such enthusiasm as well, and everybody's in the same boat, everybody's wanting the same thing. And it's been really enjoyable. And I believe with all my heart that something's going to give. I believe that we are going to make a difference, for sure.
Got to hope. We've got to hope. We've got to have faith in it.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jenny.
Absolutely.
If I can say,
Danielle, Audrey, were you going to say something there?
Yeah, absolutely, Kenny, you're absolutely right, because it's your voice. It's our voice who matters. It doesn't care. It doesn't care if you look at me. I look like a gorilla, but I'm fine.
Gorilla.
I'm really fine. I mean, because I want to try to do my best to help people, and that's it. And I try to stay myself, and it's not difficult because I don't look like crazy. I'm crazy.
Jerome.
You came to the right place.
He's on the beer. He's on the beer.
I was going to say, no, you still got the beer. I seen you.
But I'm really proud of you about Sharon for sure, because I know her. But Kenny, Danny, Stephanie, Louise, I'm so proud that today you are here for this event. What it means? It means that with the power, the spirit, I don't know how to call them, but with this all this inspiration, and with all this maybe sometime rage you have on you, you are here today because you want justice. You want to know the truth. You want make something right. And it's exactly what we are looking for. People like you, people on the same page trying to do the right thing. And that's it. We are not looking for professional. Do you think I'm a professional? No, I'm not. Not at all. And I will never be a professional because I don't care. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about anything. I care about helping people. And what can I do? It's use my voice. Even it's a strange voice, I use it.
Strange voice. A wonderful voice.
I'm really proud of you all, guys.
I feel you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerome's a big supporter for years of miscarriages of justice and wrongful convictions. So he's a Belgian royalty.
Remember, I'm Luigi the First, the king of Belgrade.
Yes, Belgrade.
And Belgium reunited.
So, Danny, how has your life changed in the last few months?
Oh, dramatically. But in a good way, obviously. I don't know if it's just me, but you start something like this, you go through phases. You know, it is emotional because for me it was because it was so close to home. You know, it was all that kind of thing. I'm not saying because when you hear about playing America and other countries and stuff, and there's only so much you can do, obviously, which these are all doing. But when it all came out, and obviously it's like Luke Mitchell, he's in Scotland. You know, he's a wee boy in Scotland. It could be your next door neighbour or your thing. So it hit me emotionally at first, and I was like Jerome was saying, you feel that anger and that rage, and like, I need to do something, and so I go through phases where I'm so angry and jumping into things, and then you take a step back and you realise there's a bigger picture here, and that's when it's good having everybody, you know, Kenny, Sharon, Jerome, Steph, Louise, everybody, because you all have days where it's maybe too much, or it's, you know, there's problems and you don't want to give up or anything, so it means it's good to have the community, it's good having everybody with you to ask, organise, or this isn't happening really, or I'm not too sure about this, or I'm so sad because this has happened. And it's good that you're meeting so many people that understand and support you, and I think you're a crackpot doing all this. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's changed because I've met lots of new people that are similar, you know, journeys kind of thing, and fighting for things, you know, justice, other things in the world as well. But obviously we're concentrating on the whole miscarriage of justice, but everybody here has got other things that they care for, and you can tell that they're just really caring people. And that's, I like how I've got a wee community now, because I've never had that, and everybody's fighting the same thing, and it's really good. It's like, it's really good for your spirit.
It really is good being part of a community. It really is. From previous experience with my 5 years in the making a murderer community, it's, you know, you do have your highs and lows, but it is life changing when you are part of a community like that, because people go and join, you know, clubs and all that sort of thing, but there's a difference when you're all like fighting for something. You know, there's a difference when you're actually trying to make a change for something, you know. But Jerome, did you have anything you wanted to say to Danielle?
No, I was trying. Sorry, Danielle. Danny, it was not against you, but no. But I was in the same time trying to figure out why the comments are not.
I'm not seeing them
available.
either, Jerome.
And
I don't
so,
know what. I'm not. It's working on YouTube though. People are commenting on YouTube, and I've got it on my. I've got them on my phone.
All right.
Yeah. That's
so
what Paul and Linda
Linda
told me, and in the room, messenger room that we have. So it was just like this. I was trying to figure out why it doesn't work. But
does that mean you weren't listening to Danielle?
No.
You know better.
All the respect. I got all the respect. So,
we Danny Manson.
With Danny Manson, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only happy when we're friends. I'm only. The copyright. I don't want a copyright for you. So.
Yeah, I know, that's like. Yeah, it's like. So I'll come to Louise next. How are you, and how long is that? Sounds like a dating thing. How are you, and where's the comfort? Like Paul, like that. It's like Paul's video came into my head and it threw me. How's your life changed in the last few months?
It's been amazing the last few months. It's definitely when you've believed in something for such a long time. You know, all these years I've spent trying to get people to see what I classify as the other side of the coin. You know, that there is always three sides to a story, and that's theirs, looks, and the actual truth.
Yep.
You know, it's been very difficult for all that time. But now, you know, when we're in a fantastic group who are so supportive, they work so hard, you know, with their Twitter account, their YouTube account, their TikTok account, the page itself. And, you know, it's grown so dramatically. And I think that's because there's so much good information out there, and people have read Sandra's book, and we've got new people coming in and they want educated, you know, and people are in there educating people as well now on, you know, what we would classify as the truth, you know, and what we believe. And if you haven't read the book, then get the book, because it's phenomenal.
Yep. It is. It's like a book convention now where we just talk about books. In case you didn't know, we're in the Sandaline fan club, you know. It's the Sandaline fan club.
I know.
Sorry, Louise. Continue.
No. I've just said mine's is actually in the room, because I've got like 2 notepads now, because I read it in 2018. So and I've got 2 notepads now with loads of things that have come back to me and what I've read over again, you know, because there's so much more to this case, like I've said in the past, than just the fact that, you know, clothing, you know, burning of clothing, you know, DNA, you know, telephone calls, witness statements. There's so much more than what we keep kind of going over. So that's how I think, you know, it's so important to read the book as well, because from the very beginning you see how, you know, how I wouldn't say it sits well from the very beginning.
Yeah.
That's me.
The incredible thing, the incredible thing is that it doesn't happen in one time. It happens so much time in so different case and so often. Then it's shocking because you are upon to asking by yourself if the cops are there to to help you or
hinder.
yeah, exactly. So it's terrible because I was saying to Pete early, it doesn't affect just one person. It affects the family, the approach, the person more closer, and after it can, like today, affect lots of people because people cares, and that's why you care. And you really care. You don't do that for fame, for money, or for whatever reason. You do that for justice, and that's what it's really, really beautiful. And I'm really proud of my Wimi just right here, because she made an amazing team with you, guy, and she's so proud of you. She will never tell you, but
I tell her all the time.
I tell you, between you and me, she don't understand. So it's okay.
I know I don't hear what you're saying at all. What you're saying.
She's really proud of you because you made an amazing job, and it's true. You made an amazing job. I'm really really proud of you, and I'm not a moderator on Facebook or whatever. I'm just a supporter, and I try to do my best, but I'm so proud.
There's no such thing as just supporter. Sorry, Louise. Everybody in the groups a member, and they're all, you know, I keep saying everybody's equal. It's everybody's help and support's the same, you know?
Yeah.
But sorry, Louise, I didn't mean to cut you off there when he was saying that. I was just like thinking, don't just say just a member. It's like whenever someone says I'm just a moderator, it's like, don't say that. You're not. You're a moderator, not just a moderator. You know, because everybody, I'm always telling them how proud I am. You know, I should I do. I tell you all the time. All the time. They get sick of it, I'm sure. I'm sure they get sick of it. Well, Stephanie, I'm going to come to you. Last but not least.
Just before we start, sorry about this light. My kitchen light is knackered.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Sorry about my light. I look like I've got a torch in my face, but no.
You know the song, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life.
You can't have me sing on this channel anyway. So anyway, Stephanie, how has your life changed in the last few months?
It's mad. Like, the biggest thing I couldn't believe is that I had never actually heard Luke's side of anything. Like, I remember Jodie, remembered her face, you know, the little video clip they played on the news. That was it. That's all I could remember, because I was only about 9 when that happened. I can't believe I had never heard the other bit. That's because there was nothing available really online for you to hear. Yeah. For whatever reason. So yeah, it's crazy. Like, when I sat and watched it, my overwhelming thought was like, that could be my son one day. That could be my brother.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me going, because I'm like, no, like, this is my country. He's part of my country. We're not going to let this continue on. It's not fair. Not fair.
Yeah. So. No, It's not.
It'll
Like
change 'cause-
Sandra said, justice for all. You know, it's in our name. It's in all of our names. Like
Yeah.
Sandra says. You know.
but justice for Jodie.
Yeah.
Like that.
Aw, I know, wee stickers. That's the thing, everyone's been doing amazing with all your social media justice warriors and getting out there and doing all that. I mean, you think about it, the media are not anymore in Luke's favour than they were nearly 20 years ago, you know.
Feel a lot quieter now.
Yeah, but see, my Making a Murderer friends, they think that the press conference, the March 2nd press conference that Ken Kratz did, they think that's bad. That's nothing in comparison to what they did to Luke. Months and months and months of that equivalent of that press conference, every day in every paper. So that's how much they managed to manipulate everything. So whenever I was watching the Making a Murderer stuff and talking to them, they were saying, oh, that interview, that press conference rather. And that was just one instance, one day, one press conference. So the fact that we've got this, like, I call you that, social media justice warriors. But I mean, do you think if nobody was doing that nobody would be talking about Luke? Obviously we've had the documentary, and that's, anybody can answer that. You know, do you think people would be forgetting about him by now after the documentary? You know, if it wasn't for all the media
I think so.
coverage?
Yeah.
I know it's no,
Social media
it's not
coverage.
nice to say because you don't want to think people forget about him. But see, even the documentary, people, if you don't have any more to go on, you just forget about it. You've got life, you're busy, there's other things happening. You don't go your way really to look for this stuff because it's on the telly. You watch it then, and that's it. But obviously, there's been a lot more happened since then, and it keeps it going. And that's what I say. If you get silent, Luke's got no chance. He's got no chance if everybody starts just getting a wee bit up. But so that's why it takes strong people to keep going because it is hard and it's going to go wrong. So it's just one of the things. But I think on that's okay.
I'm saying if you look at the documentary, Dan, in 2006 of the BBC documentary, you've got to remember social media and, you know, big outlets, even Facebook wasn't actually, you know, you had Bebo and things like that back then. So you didn't have a bigger outreach and a better platform to create more and create groups and pages for people who have the same kind of questions to come into that group and get involved. I mean, and that documentary was, this is just my opinion, but when I compare the two of them, I still prefer the BBC one because they absolutely trashed. You know, they even brought Dr. Bruschetti in, who was the criminologist that examined Jodie's body, and they even asked him questions that he wasn't asked. And he absolutely said, where you asked these questions, what would your answer be? And he clearly stated that, you know, no relevance to Luke would have been, you know, in the case at all. So I always go back to that when I think, well, he was there, he was hands-on, he knew the extent of the injuries, the brutalness of it, you know, the 5.5 litres of blood that she lost before death, you know, which would have created, you know, definitely DNA and forensic on a person. You know, and I still, but we're now in 2021, and that came out in 2006. It's just took until the media and social media starting to actually
catch up,
be more catch up.
Definitely. Anything else getting to say about that?
The thing about social media, it's via Facebook, which brought us all together. And as the girl said, like when the documentary came out originally, you know, 15 odd years ago. If you watched that documentary and maybe the next day you wanted more information, where would you go? Because I doubt there would have been many groups and things like that. Like whereas right now, one of the first things I've done when I watched the documentary, I went on Facebook and I wanted to join all the groups and just get as much information as possible. So that's something which maybe back then people weren't able to do.
And I mean, even then there was only about 3 groups. I mean, we've got lots of great groups now. There's lots of groups, you know. And that's a good thing, because when you look on Facebook and you look up Jodie Jones or Luke Mitchell, you can just see the sheer number of groups, and you know that people are actually talking about it. That's such a good thing, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's always so important to me, and I've always said it, you know, for day one, that we all just need to work together to just, you know, it's for Luke and Jodie. It's not about anybody else or anything like that. So, because I've seen it before in the Making a Murderer community, the groups all just went in on themselves, and the fight was lost because they were fighting with each other instead of fighting the cause, you know. So it's always been something that I've been, you know, pushing for. As you guys know. But Cheryl's joined us. I'll add her in. I'll add Cheryl in.
Oh, busy tonight. Busy.
Hello, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Good on you, I've been watching.
I know they're doing great, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy coming on the first time. I know it's not easy. You know,
No.
it isn't easy. But it's not as hard as you maybe think it would be as well. I always think once you're on, you know, when you come off, you want to have a party. That's the way I feel. Get the
The
Go.
adrenaline settles.
yeah.
You know, like I said,
Yeah.
don't worry.
What's that?
Be happy.
Jerome's on the beer. Jerome's on the
Don't
beer.
worry,
He's just
be
finished
happy.
his slots. He's now on the beer.
It's a school night here, I'm just on the tea.
Ah,
Aye.
you're not on the
It's
Not tonight.
cherry chips. What was it, cherry coke or something?
vodka. Like that, straight
Oh,
up on
he's
it.
well drinking the beer. So how are you, Cheryl? How
Right, how are you?
Good, Cheryl.
Been a good day. I've been watching as much as I can.
Yep. How's your life changed in the last few months, Cheryl? With all this, do you think?
It's just, as you know, Sharon, I've been following the case since Joe Steele was on James English. I bought Sandra's book as soon as I heard the Joe Steele thing saying he was innocent, because I've been interested in wrongful convictions and true crime for a long time. So
Yep.
I was like, back then, I just believed, as many of us in the group did, the papers. I believed what I read. And obviously, when I heard that, I was like, oh, maybe there is more to this. Let me see what I can find out. So I have been researching it for a wee bit longer than just the documentary coming out. But since the documentary came out, the interest has just exploded. It's brilliant. It's, as the guys were saying, we're building such a community, do you know what I mean? And it's nice to have somebody other than me talking to you and you talking to me about the book.
I know on the phone, like, oh, wait to hear this bit, you know, and it's like,
Discuss it with other people and
I know.
hear loads of points of views and different points of views, it's brilliant, and everybody's working so hard to get the word out there further. So it's weird. It's a weird thing to enjoy, I suppose, you know. It's like, it's a bit strange enjoying being part of a true crime community, but
Yeah,
the people
but it's
are all
just
so like-minded. Like we're all so alike. We're all working for one goal. Do you know what I mean? We're working to get a retrial, some justice for Jodie as well. So
absolutely,
I'm happy to be a part of it. That's definitely.
And Cheryl, you knew Richard as well. Obviously, this is the day for him today to try and, you know, spread awareness for. It's everything's in the description, all the information, how to help.
Got my t-shirt on. I don't know if you can see it the way my.
I can see it. I can see
Aye.
it. Yeah, the Cozy Wrecking Crew. I know.
The only time I wear it is when I go hill walking.
Oh, I was going to say the questions were in my head. What was I going to say? Oh yes, so you knew Richard, right? Well, you knew Eddie Cozy.
I knew Eddie Cozy.
You always knew Eddie Simpson. You knew Eddie Cozy. So, what do you think he would think about our amazing team?
He'd be loving it. He'd be loving it. He'd definitely be at least a moderator or an admin in our group.
He'd be trying to take over, and I'd be like, "Yeah, it's my group, good." No, I know. He would love it though.
He was aware of the Luke Mitchell case. Did he have?
Yeah.
I think he had a chat with Sandra, didn't he? Did they do a live?
Sandra was meant to be coming on with Richard and me, but Richard got really busy. Sandra got really busy, so
Right.
it didn't work.
It never happened.
I think actually he was meant to be going on with Paul, and I think he slept
Yeah.
in for Sandra.
Surprise, surprise.
I know. Yeah, surprise, surprise.
But it was all, like, obviously I never met him personally. I did have a couple of private messages with him. See, when the Andy Colburn lawsuit started to get in the press way back, I was straight on to him like, are you going to be covering this in a video? Please cover this. We need to talk about this. He's like, don't worry, I'll be making sure to cover that.
You pure chasing them up. I'm surprised he wasn't like that. Oh, here, what's she all about? I'm like, sorry, she's Scottish. Don't worry about it.
But
Oh.
you see the growth in his videos as well. I mean, go way back and look, he was nervous and maybe a wee bit more of Richard in his first few videos until he got a bit of confidence, and then Eric Tosin kind of took over.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah, that's what happened with him, because in the real life he was shy, and sometimes on video he was looking like so confident, but instead he was really like this because
but he's like me when the camera goes on. I'm just like, I might be nervous before it, but it's like that's a thing you can work on that and train yourself to do that, because it's like, look at Danielle, she's been on, and she's been on, and well, Louise was on as well, but I mean Danielle went on with her sister and did the live thing.
on Twitch.
And it was and it's like, it's the more you go on,
I was there.
It's almost like your confidence for it is like a muscle that you keep exercising. The more you go on, the more you just go, right, I'm going on. I need to just, if you've got I always say, if your first video, you're maybe doing something daft with your hair or something like that, and it annoys you, then stop it, in your next video.
I have giant fly on your camera. It's
like,
possible
yeah. So it's.
I remember when I was on Paul's. I think Paul's was my first live, and I watched it back like 2 days after it because I don't know, and I can see the difference because I was really, really nervous. I was like this, just sitting straight, and I was just looking at the camera like this. Just obviously, once I'd done that, it gave you the practice, and now you know how to deal with it because you've done it before, so you know how to deal with that. Don't just sit there and stare at the camera like this. Like, it's okay, chill.
I just try and think of it like a family Zoom chat. We've had loads of them over the last 14, 15 months, so
that's true.
I just kind of think of it like that.
Well, William's got a nickname for you all, the team, don't you, Jerome? You remember what it is?
Yeah, the Wimmy. Oh, yeah, it was the. Oh no, sorry, I don't remember now.
The Wee Me Sunshine Team.
Yeah, the Wimmy Sunshine Team. Yeah.
Because Jerome's nickname for me is Wee Me, so it's like the Wee Me Sunshine Team. When he said he was going to be on live with him, I was like, Jerome, you like Wee Me Sunshine Team.
Yeah, but I'm crazy, so. But I have a question for everyone who know well the case. For me, from the beginning, I have seen 3 points. First, for me, Luke was judged by the trial, was trialed by the media before his own trial. First point.
Yeah.
Second point, for me, it was completely a child abuse because he was just 14. And point 3, I think I forget the point 3. Yeah,
find it in the bottom.
I don't remember. Yeah, but for me, he was tried by the media first, his own trial. And what are your thoughts about that and the media at the time? Do you think the media had?
I think they were influenced, Jerome.
Make him looking bad for people, and
yeah, I think they were influenced by the police a lot.
Yeah. That was the culture, tabloid culture.
Yeah, I mean, there's proof, and there's proof. Not saying that there's proof that they're having a conversation about Luke, but there's a lot of media pictures of outside Luke Mitchell's home of the police talking to the media. Why would they do that? What relation would they have to be having a conversation with each other about? You know, it's confidentiality. You know, it's protecting a young person as well, considering they're only 14 years of age.
Yeah,
Where
absolutely.
was their consideration towards Luke and being a child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Oh.
and thinking that little boy can do that by himself to Jodie, and to have a tunnel vision, a real tunnel vision,
Mhm.
and just watching in one way. For me, there is a big problem behind this, because there is maybe cops can made mistake for sure. Yeah, everybody can make mistake. We are all humans, and we all made mistakes for sure. And a cop is not better than or worse than anyone
Yeah.
else. But when you see all this stuff, you asking yourself, and you say, oh, what happened in this case? Because it's so obvious that this kid is completely innocent, and they agree to know that the real killer is out there, and continue to maybe kill another girl. And what happened? It's completely crazy,
it-
and
How
that's
do you
why.
sleep at night?
I mean, if you think about it as well, he would have left the scene, phoned Jodie's house twice, got through to the stepfather, all in the space of the time of committing a brutal crime, got up onto the path, changed his clothes, dyed his hair, went to the house extension, stood up there, and then came back down, changed his clothes again, dyed his hair, and went up and met his friends. Because the description
No.
isn't
I
being
know
colour
it makes no
coded.
sense. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I think that's what's really scary about it, because
Yeah.
it's like I was saying, there's not, people make mistakes, and sometimes the mistakes are made professionally, because it does happen. Humans make errors, but it goes beyond that. It's like when you're just like, what the hell? Who was in charge here? Who's making these decisions? All that kind of things. Like, why is that a thing that happened? Like, because it doesn't happen
Yeah,
all the
that's
time.
really true.
It doesn't happen all the time. And this one thing for Jodie, this happened, and it's strange. Just why did that happen? Why is it went that way? Kind of thing, as in the way it was dealt with, and so unprofessional. It goes beyond a human mistake. It's deeper than that, and it's quite scary. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
very scary.
Think
Especially
about the way. Oh, sorry, Louise, you go.
No, you go, Cheryl,
I
sorry.
was just going to say, you think about the way the media behaved back then, tapping phones.
Yeah.
The papers would have had absolutely no qualms taking evidence or taking any information off the police and plastering it everywhere. They didn't care. They just wanted the sensationalized story.
Yeah.
They wanted to sell papers. That was all that mattered.
It's not their job. It's not their job. Their job is to protect us or catch the criminal. It's not to do that. That's why I don't know. I know it's really different in Scotland. The law are really different in Scotland, in Belgium, in USA. So in USA, they are looking for reform the system justice. I think all countries need that, because it happens everywhere, all the time. So it's really important what we do today to debate about that. And you can continue, Cheryl, because you are really true about that. It's so important. So go ahead. I will.
No, that was all really. I wanted to say that the media did a lot worse things, but they probably still do today. But there was a huge inquiry over here about the media tapping celebrities' phones, murdered victims' phones, causing police investigations to go wrong because they thought a wee girl was still alive who was actually dead because they were listening to her answer phone messages and they thought she was listening. So I don't see them having any problem plastering a 14-year-old boy's name and face all over the media. They had no problems doing that. And the police wanted to make it as unfair a trial as they could as quickly as possible. They had a crime to solve and they didn't care who went down for it.
For me, there's one officer that's responsible for the muck-up from the beginning of that. Not that I'm going to name him, he is named in the book, but if you go back to his very first involvement from Jodie being found, you know, honestly, it's so wrong in so many levels. You know, at one point there was claims that this, you know, that he did, you know, certain people didn't leave the scene and certain people didn't enter the scene that night when it was proven otherwise. You know, it was so mishandled. You know, we need to think that poor girl lay out.
Yeah.
From she was found to 8 a.m. in the morning, she wasn't transferred. While the kids were at school, she wasn't transferred, you know, to the analysis by that till 10 o'clock in the morning. So she, you know, the fuel was only, I think it was roughly about 700 yards away from where she was. The girl wasn't even protected at all. You know, it was muck up from day one. You know, really bad.
I know. It is.
Yeah, it is. In the same time, I was asking me if the police was not trained to help somebody in the same time pointer the finger on Luke, and because we know that in the MM community, the law enforcement are completely corrupt, so they are really ready to do anything they can do to protect their body, the person then they know for something they have done, and they don't want to know, and so it's really possible too. But I don't say it's the case, but I say it's a possibility too. Then it's in the Luke case, the police was kind of coerced or corrupt or trying to help someone they know, the real killer, I mean. I don't know, but it's a possibility. And the media are interesting in this kind of story? No.
I can't and never will get my head around why, when the evidence all pointed away, they continued down the path of going after Luke. Although I did read an article or something that said if one of the officers gave a statement saying that if the DNA evidence didn't come back as Luke's, they were back to square one. They had already messed up so much evidence that they had no back to square one. They couldn't go back to square one. So I suppose that's one reason. But to not accept Luke's rational, reasonable explanations for things, and for that boy to not be washed, to be dirty, have dirty hair, dirt under his fingernails, but not 1 ounce of Jodie's DNA, not a bit of blood, nothing. I mean,
yeah,
that says it all.
I know. In the Brendan Dassey case, it's the same thing. They had no one evidence against him, and no one related to the fact of the proof, and is again in jail today. It's.
I mean, you've got to remember as well that the clothing that Luke had on, he had this really distinctive green bomber jacket with orange stripes down it. Now, he was seen with that jacket on. Now, when he was arrested at the scene, it was the exact same clothing that he had on that he'd been seen earlier on wearing prior to waiting for Jodie to come up from East Houses. Yeah. So, you know... Yes, it was really distinctive. You know, it's not like he was wearing just a black jacket. The fact that this was specifically distinctive, the fact that it was green and it did have these kind of orange striped kind of doubt
Yeah.
it. You
But
know,
that's never been released. That picture then, has it? Like, has that never been? The public's have never seen the actual jacket he was wearing. That's not something that
because
was
it was
seen.
too costly
That's
that
what-
night, and yeah, because
Yeah,
obviously
they took it away.
they took it off him at the
But
police
that's what I'm
station
saying.
that evening. Yeah, so
People
it's
see
never been
that.
seen.
Aye,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, because they know you're getting the whole jacket thing and you're like, yourself with it, like, I wasn't even in that, he was in a green bomber jacket, blah, blah.
Mhm.
But see,
Yeah.
it's just annoying that we've not seen the jacket. No, we don't do it because it's still been released because it took off him at the time. It's just people when they see things, it changes their mind because they see the truth in front of them. So, obviously, it's the way Scotland are with their rules and regulations and releasing certain things, and that's what stops you from getting truth out because there's so many barriers for it.
Yeah.
Because, like Sandra was saying, if she could just give us everything, then
Yeah.
she would. Do you know what I mean? That everybody would see everything, and then you wouldn't have any questions because everybody would have the truth. But because
Yeah.
there's so many barriers with the Scottish justice system, the criminal
You
system,
just think to yourself,
it
it's
is
never
quite hard,
going
impossible.
You know, we're never going to stop fighting. So until we find out the truth, what actually happened to Jodie, you know, because we're doing this for her. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people go, "What about Jodie?" And you're like, "We're doing this for her as well."
Doing it for
You know,
Jodie.
this is important for her to find out the truth. You know what actually happened. You know, she deserves to know the truth. You know,
Yeah.
as well and get justice.
Yeah.
And I think any inquiry shouldn't start and stop with
No.
getting justice. It should also be a proper, thorough inquiry into the level of police incompetence and why a crime scene was compromised so badly.
Yep.
There has to be serious questions asked of all
Oh,
those
yeah.
who are involved, for sure.
Definitely.
But that's what gets me. If these officers and these professionals dealt with this in this way, how many other cases have they worked on and done the same type of thing? Which also,
Yeah.
for even not so much as murder, but just even other things like that are serious.
Oh, you know,
And if
there
they've
is.
done it this much with the murder of a wee girl, how
Yeah,
many
you
other
know,
cases have they done the
there
same
is
for?
two
How
ways to.
Yeah.
many people have let down?
They can bring the Yorkshire police up with the dogs, but they can't give you cell site analysis of the mobile phones. They can't give you a proper DNA forensic analysis either, but we can bring dogs up from Yorkshire.
And go
When
and
the
get an
scene's
API
already been
profile.
bleached, and it's not going to make a difference anyway because the scene's already been bleached and destroyed by the Lothian Borders Police prior to them coming up.
And they went to America and got a FBI profile as well, and they didn't
Yeah.
use it because it wasn't. I mean, what's that all about going away to America to get a profile?
Should we, as the taxpayers of Scotland who paid for them to go and do that, not be entitled to see what it said?
I would have thought so.
It's
You know
heavily redacted.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
heavily redacted.
No, you can see. I think
You
what it is,
unredacted, do you mean?
aye, it's a hard one to take. That I think just because it is so close to home.
Mhm.
You know, and what Paul Capaldi says, I've heard him saying in videos, it's so true. I thought that Scotland had a great system. I didn't think things like wrongful convictions or miscarriages of justice happened over here. You know what I mean? And then to learn that, they do happen, they happen badly, but we can't even see the information as to
No.
why he was convicted.
This is the difference with the USA. Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. It's a shame because in the USA we are. I'm not living in the USA, but I'm talking about case in USA. In USA, no, I live in Belgium and I'm proud. Oh, I'm okay. But in USA, you can have access to all files. Then we want to work on. You can have the phone call from the interview, the affidavit. I mean, the transcript of the trial. Everything. So it's more easy, even it's a big job to do. I swear it's a big job to do. It's more easy to work on it because you have all the pieces of the
Yeah.
puzzle
Yeah.
for working on. So it's more easy, even if it's really difficult. And in this case, you don't have access, and we don't have access
No.
to anything. So
And it's illegal for
it's
Sandra to share anything. It's illegal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and it's tricky because we want to help, and if we were able to have this kind of information we can have in America, it will be maybe more interesting to have this information to help Luke for the fight, the case, and for everything. But it's not the case in Scotland, in Belgium either, and it's like that. I think in most of countries in Europe. Yeah. I think it's just in America you can have this freedom of information.
Because they just have a hissy fit if they can't see what they want to see over in America. That's what it is. They just stamp their feet. We want to see the documents, and that's it. Let's put it in our constitution. That's what they do.
Maybe we need to get one of them.
Oh, Cheryl, my T-shirt that I got made for the event. You maybe know what I'm talking about here, but it says at the bottom of it, not for glory, nor riches, nor honour. Right?
I know what that comes from.
Yes, I know you know. And I thought that's very fitting, for our Richard. And everybody's very cozy.
Stephanie's drinking Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
He likes Dr. Pepper.
Yep. So have any of you watched? Are you drinking Dr. Pepper now?
Yeah.
Did you know that that's a Richard drink?
Oh, is it?
That's his favourite drink. Yeah, that's what you drink all the time. He had IV Dr. Pepper when he got in for work.
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
He drink it, he just sat there and had to that's a perfect drink, Stephanie, for tonight. Perfect drink. Anybody watching this will be like, oh, that was good. So
you was like, don't mess with my Dr. Pepper.
I know, I don't mess with my Dr. Pepper. Don't I? Paul especially. So no, I was going to say, if any of you watched, other than Cheryl, because I know you have, but if any of you watched any of Richard's videos, or you obviously you know who he is, I take it.
Yeah.
What, Kenny?
I watched the video you sent me of the one with the girl England, I think her character was.
Oh yeah, the one that I did with him. That was like my second
that
video.
Was brilliant.
Yeah. Good. I remember you watching that one. Yeah, that was funny. Anybody else? Any memories of videos they've watched of Richard's that they want to share?
Yeah, me.
You?
Everyone. Everyone of this video. All this video.
Yeah.
Is it? I'll say I never even knew about Making a Murderer until I seen the adverts for Making a Murderer 2. So it must have been about 7 or 8 days until Making a Murderer 2 was coming on Netflix. So I just, like everybody does, shoved it on and fired through 10 episodes in a weekend at the most. And I'd never even used YouTube. I had no clue about YouTube. I knew it was a thing. I might go and watch a wee video here and there, but didn't know anything about any communities or anything like that. And I just typed in what's happening after the first one. I was like, I cannot wait the 4 days until the next Making a Murderer comes out. I need to know everything right now.
Aww.
And then obviously caseful documents and all that is so full of so much information, and Eric Cozy's channel was just too good for breaking it down for you. It saved you doing the hard work. All the guys in the community do the hard work and then just give you the information, which is so good. He's my favourite. I can't believe how upset I was when I heard of his passing. It was the most strangest feeling to have so much emotion for somebody that I didn't even know, but I did know him in a way, like he's used to it, but
And you were due to come on. You were like, I was
Yeah.
working on it. I was like, Cheryl, we'll get you on sometime and we'll do
It
a
was
video.
some guy. It was the best. The best. It really
Oh
was.
yeah, and he was all the time full of energy and full of good idea. He was all the time trying
He
to
was
do
like, he
the
had all the
best.
bad ideas, Jerome.
Pushed everybody to be their best, you know.
Yeah,
He wanted everybody
Well,
to.
all his videos, you got him the same way. He was always, all his videos, you got him the same way. So there was no hidden. Just what you seen is what you got with him. You know, when it came to what he believed in and what he was trying to achieve with Stephen Avery and Brendan Darcy. I think he really wanted to make a difference.
Definitely.
And
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
it wasn't too long before the Australia trip as well, and all the videos with the passport. And I just loved the camaraderie between they four. See watching the Stacey, Paul, Mark, and Richard. See watching their friendship. Like you watch their bond live on screen in a way, if you know what I mean. And it was the most heartwarming thing to me. I just loved his channel. I still watch his videos. I still watch his videos all the time. Like when I need to remember a bit of information, or it's always it's the first place I go for. On your two's channel as well, I'm still on there quite a lot, like getting Scottish videos and stuff like that too.
I know, we love doing that. We love doing those videos.
I love the videos.
They were great fun. It was great fun. I cut my teeth, as they say, you know, in my YouTube videos, doing all those ones with him. You know, it's like, yeah, it seems there was just so many. I did just so many with him. You know, it was like, I tried to count it one day and I was like, get up.
And then your event as well in October, Sharon, was amazing. Yeah. That must have been.
I don't really remember it. I mean, I know I remember it, but it was like I was just so, you know, going through. I was an automatic pilot. I think I don't remember really thinking back and remember doing it. I mean, I know I was there and all that in the live. And
I went on the safe mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what now? What now, Kenny? What are your plans now? Not going after this. I'm going to have a bowl of ice cream. Go to the toilet and all that. I mean, have you got any videos planned? Have you got videos planned for, you know, your voiceover?
Yes, yes, I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do a few videos this week. I'm obviously very excited for next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I think going forward, we're going to do as much as we can and keep doing what we have been doing for sure.
Yep. Good. Danielle, what have you got coming up? Oh, sorry, Jerome.
No, Danielle, really good.
What have you got coming up, Danielle? Have you got plans? Big plans?
Well, I just done a video protest. So I probably do something during the night and then start doing it in the morning, because that's the way I do with this. Like I don't really plan. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually don't really plan. I do it to an extent, but something just comes in my head. And again, going back to Richard, I'll go into his videos. I don't know a lot about, because I told you, Sharon, I don't know a lot in depth about man. I know from the first series, you know, the basics. Yeah. I know the should be in jail and all that stuff, but I didn't know a lot. So I go into his videos to get information about it, but it also gives me, like, I see the fire in him and how he portrays himself and how he lets that out in a good way, and there's no, you know, he's not angry, he doesn't like swear and get raging and start naming people, and you know, you can see
classy.
how to get information across, and that's what I use it. It's really good. But so I've been, I don't even know what I've got planned. Things will happen. I'll make a video, I'll make posters. I just don't plan. I just do it.
And I mean, I've not got the whole TikTok team's not here, but Louise, do you know what the guys are doing on the TikTok?
Yeah.
You know what the plans they've got coming up for anything?
Just probably continue to put as much knowledge on TikTok as well, because they take a lot of the videos from interviews and documentaries and things like that, and try and people that aren't educated on what's kind of went on, and kind of try and do it through the videos and stuff like that, and plus promote the pictures and stuff like that. Some of the pictures and the posters that Danny and Danny and Kenny and yourself and others have done, promote them on the TikTok and that as well. So it's doing really well. 2.3 nearly. We're halfway to 2.4. Okay, so it's doing really well, and everybody's, like I said, it's a team thing, and it's just fantastic. Everybody just works so great together and helps each other out. That's what I love about it so much. It's a great team.
It really is, and I couldn't dream for a better team. My dream team. Dream team. But that's us got to the end of the hour, and everybody will be over to Jane. People have been putting it in the chat to go over to Jane, and I hope Jane and Diane, I hope they do really well. But these have all done fantastic, and as always, I'm just dead proud of you. I say it all the time. I can't help it because you are just, my brilliant team. We needed help. We started a group for the documentary. We needed people to come out and do all the things that Richard always wanted everybody to do. And I asked and yous appeared, So I'm just dead chuffed. You want to say, Jerome?
Yeah, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And I see you.
Oh, I need to minimise it. Who minimised it? Because I made it all the same size. This is me unprofessional,
I know,
thanks everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good.
Nice. Good seeing you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.